Fucking go!
Oh, all right, guys. What is up? My name is Francis, aka Francis,
Who doesn't know how to do a fucking intro properly?
because some motherfucker is out of frame and I can't see him point.
He's always out of frame. Always.
Yeah. I bet you folks at home didn't know watching this, but in truth, Dom is actually a sentient guitar.
I'm not. I'm literally right there. You're gonna feel real fucking stupid when you watch the video, bud.
No, yeah, the video's wider.
Mm.
And maybe if you guys were fucking using Discord over a computer instead of your cell phones, like an asshole.
It's a mystery known only to us, Dom.
No, it's because you're too fucking stupid to buy a computer.
I know how to buy a computer, I just don't wanna.
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy a laptop. I just keep stalling.
Yeah.
And this is the push.
Yeah. The only wrestling podcast to be powered by the flames of the fire from Olympus. Cap cannot join us regrettably tonight because, as we stated before the show started, this whole kerfuffle of an intro kicked off. He has work. But he still gave us a little thing for us to read on later on in the night when we get to our main bread and butter, that being, of course, our prediction game. But aside from that, fellas, it's going to be a three-man band for the rest of us. I will let you choose who be who. But we have enough information and topics between the three of us to really get this show on the road. I'll save mine later on. It's a relatively small fries before we end up getting into the main substance of the video. But before that, me and my pal Scott would like to reach out and give a heartfelt get well soon to both Chad Gable and his apprentice, El Grande Americano. It was announced earlier today that the two of them have been injured, and it's so severe that they're going to require surgery, and they are out indefinitely. We don't know how long that's going to be, but to see two amazing talents having to miss the rest of the year, most likely it sucks, but hey, that's the biz.
It's almost as if they're the same person.
Nah.
Almost.
They got the same injury at the same time, requiring the same surgery.
Yeah. But if you look at their Instagram posts, which you can follow us, The Push Wrestling on Instagram,
nice
you see that Chad Gable and El Grande Americano has two different skin tones. Yeah, I've seen two different skin tones. That's weird. Two people, right? One person, the same person, but two different skin tones. Like,
it's called a spray tan, Scott.
A spray tan, he says.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect excuse if Chad Gable wasn't the one that was darker.
Because he's spray tan.
He's spray tan. No, we all know. I guarantee you, this is what actually happened. Chad Gable and El Grande Americano were training at the Performance Center, right? And they were in so much sync with each other, straight up Gogeta fusion dance style, that they hurt themselves in the exact same way trying to do the same move. It's the dangers of...
Whatever floats your boat, Cat. Dude.
That's out of here. All right, let's get this...
Anyway.
Let's get this pain train rolling.
Yeah, well, speaking of injuries, I do want to roll over to Kevin Owens, who was recently on the What Do You Want to Talk About podcast hosted by Cody Rhodes. He spoke about his neck injury, and he even said it's been a very frustrating process.
Oh, no.
So Kevin Owens provided a frustrating update on the neck injury that's kept him out of action since April. On Cody Rhodes' podcast, So What Do You Want to Talk About? Owens revealed that his neck injury is planned. Neck surgery is planned for mid-July, but the process has been difficult. As we all know, back in April, Kevin Owens announced that he was going to be stepping away for some time to deal with an injury that he had in his neck and his spinal cord. Owens has been quoted as saying, "It's been such a frustrating process. We're letting my spinal cord heal as much as we can on its own." Excuse me.
Okay.
Before we go in for the surgery, because of how extensive the surgery will be because how extensive the surgery will be, and that all depends on how his spinal cord is when he gets in the operating room.
Yikes.
He later added that they're waiting until mid-July to do the surgery. Hopefully, it's just a normal neck fusion, but it might not be. We won't know until then.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get a bit of Edge flashbacks hearing all that.
Yeah,
it's
he then went on to say in the leading up to recently, he's been fine with no pain or any symptoms, but in the last week, for some reason, all the symptoms came at once. Every symptom you would expect to have, the pain, the stuff going down the arms and the legs, not really responding. It's all been happening, so it's pretty fucking brutal. I can't wait for the surgery. Yeah, I mean, obviously we all wish KO a speedy recovery and a healthy one.
We'll add him to the list too.
Yes, he's the kind of guy he shouldn't have to retire because of something like this. This is hopefully will get fixed. It'll be done, and then he can get back in the ring and jump off something big, like he likes to.
He is a bit of a psychopath like that. And hey, look, going back to the Edge comparison, he had the same debilitating neck injury as KO, same as Daniel Bryan Danielson, and they both came back. So really, all we have we just got to inject KO with the science, and it'll all sort itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You think it'll make? You probably won't be back in time for the Rumble. Every time there's
honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he's out for at least a year.
Every time there's a big injury like this and someone gets sidelined indefinitely, we always hope for the Rumble return, but we got to realize that time is not a pleasant mistress, as it were.
And that's another one.
I don't know. Oh. I mean, sorry, but it's also you mentioned up Edge and Daniel Bryan Danielson, and it's the one thing that really went to my mind first when I thought of it is they were kind of younger than KO when this happened. They was in their 30s. I think KO is now in his 40s, mid 40s.
Yeah.
So that is true.
It might be
also where the technology was at the time.
We didn't have the science yet.
Have done the surgery.
I really wish. I wish
something very simple.
Yeah, I wish KO a speedy recovery, but please take as long as you can because. Yeah. We don't want you to rush anything.
Not everyone can be like Kurt Angle.
But look at Matt Hardy, right? He had lumbar double spinal fusion surgery in his lower back, but still, and he was older than KO is when he did that.
Maybe that's why he has such shit pullout game, because he can't move his body from the waist down. I didn't think of it like that until now.
Speaking of the Hardys, before we move on to something else, the Hardys were spotted in New York City this past week.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw the video
because they were recently attended Fanatics Fest in Manhattan. And they decided to make their way onto the New York City subways and have a wrestling match. On the train.
That is the most Hardy Boy thing I've ever heard.
That is the most Hardy Boy. Yeah, that is the most Hardy Boy thing I've ever seen in my life. It was I forget what they called it. I think it was Subway Mania or something.
God damn it!
But is watching the video. It's a bunch of indie guys or backyarders. I don't know exactly who they were, but they did a spot. They put someone through a sheet of plywood that was set up like a table. And then all of a sudden, people started chanting "Holy shit!" And the camera pans over to the right. The subway doors, the doors in between the two cars, opens up, and here comes Matt and Jeff Hardy.
That's crazy. I saw that video. It was just
could you imagine sitting on the subway? You're trying to go home after a long day of work. You're sitting on the subway, and you look up, and then a wrestling match breaks out in your train car. But then here comes the fucking Hardy Boys.
Not only that, there's one person in there that's annoyed as shit. Be like, I really have to be on the train. The same one as fucking people wrestling in the subway. And then you just see the Hardys come in, and most likely that person knows who they are. So it's like, you know what? That was a good day.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Hey, look, it could have been worse. They could have brought out a ladder with them It does. It didn't even need to be.
What are you getting? How are you get? Whoa. How are you setting up a ladder in a subway?
No, it's going to be like a little step ladder that they're going to put on one of the chairs because Jeff's a fucking lunatic, and you know he'll try to jump off of something even if he's in a cramped space.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would have marked out.
You mark out over anything.
That's only a half truth.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, what else we got, boys?
Well, while we're on the subject of the Hardys, we could go over to the Hardys' current stomping ground in the world of total nonstop action wrestling. As of right now, we're in the midst of yet another NXT crossover, and one WWE superstar has thrown in her 2 cents about the interpromotional bouts. Our current U.S. Women's Champion, Zelina Vega, has stated on an interview that she is all for the NXT crossovers, and she would like to see main roster people such as herself head on over to the Impact Zone and maybe throw down a bit. Kind of like how we said they should be doing that a while ago. Thoughts, gentlemen?
It's
about time.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I don't know what it really seemed one-sided until up to it seemed one-sided up to this point. Because it was only NXT guys going, or TNA guys going over to NXT or WWE. They weren't really making a big deal of WWE going over there. They would with NXT, but that's because they specifically made like a deal that they're both going to switch between.
NXT,
yeah, but we've also seen Joe Hendry multiple times appear there in the main roster. So
he's Joe Hendry.
This is also up to the higher ups at TKO if they would allow something like that. Granted, I think it's a good way to start with your mid card people going down to TNA and like mixing it up with them. Maybe you have someone like Joe Hendry or like Moose come up to NXT to like go after a mid card title. They don't have to win, but just get them on TV.
Something to do. For if he wasn't injured right now, the one I've been wanting the most to go down there is Dom. He's injured too, but it's not as bad as everyone else, right? Like he can.
Yeah, he's only out for like a couple weeks, I think.
Okay, no, that's fine then. But like I've been saying,
I don't believe it's anything crazy.
He bruised his ribs, just from what I heard.
Yeah, so it's whatever.
Yeah, but like going back to Dom and TNA, he's the perfect guy you want to send down there, given that they already did that with the AAA show with Worlds Collide. And plus, like, come on.
Especially now that he's the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah. Dom having a promo with Joe Hendry, that will be the funniest thing known to man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a bunch of other guys I'd love to see him like get in it with on the mic. Frankie Kazarian is one. Mustafa Ali is another one. Anyone from the system can be a really good opponent for Dom. And even the X Division guys, too. I feel like they would love to wrestle with Dom Mysterio. Like you said, Dom, he's a sponge. Imagine everything he's learning with WWE. Imagine how much more he could learn from the TNA guys and their side of things.
Yeah.
But I would be okay with Zelina heading down there, too. Like, Zelina versus Mei Ling.
Zelina used to be in TNA, wasn't she?
For like a cup of coffee. Same thing as Naomi.
It was they usually have an issue when it comes to Zelina Vega. Like she always gets written off of everything and then winds up never appearing again. So this could actually be very beneficial, and also it could clear up some space over in the main roster and give us more spots for different titles.
Yeah. Really?
Well, it's not like a permanent thing. It's just for her to go over for like an episode or two.
Yeah. I just need her to wrestle Mei Ling Lee one time, and I'm good.
Same.
For those not... I'm sorry.
Do we have anything else to talk about?
Yeah, I got a bunch.
Go for
it.
The floor is yours, Scott.
It is currently cleared, and I think stated, if I'm correct, stated by Cody that his heel turn is starting to come up and starting to make an appearance in the near future.
Codelander.
And if it was posted on an app I have called it was Wrestling News. It says WWE News on there, but Wrestling News. It says that his face gimmick is coming to an end. So I'm kind of surprised to see what we get from a heel Cody, especially in WWE. Because I mean, I don't know if he was a heel back in his other. His
last run in WWE, he had Dashing Cody Rhodes.
No, he was Stardust.
No, I'm saying as a heel.
Stardust was a heel.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
He was more of a comedy heel. He wasn't.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Of course, he was a comedy heel. He was fucking Stardust.
But that's what I'm saying. But like Dashing Cody Rhodes was also a heel.
Yeah.
I don't really see what. I mean, he's such a great face that I really kind of don't want to see him change, but I also don't know what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Cody's heel runs when he was in New Japan and when he was in Ring of Honor, and he wasn't a heel in AEW, never mind. It was mainly just those two. But Bullet Club era Cody Rhodes was an absolutely phenomenal heel. He was basically, what's a really good analogy of putting it? It's like a throwback heel to like the old NWA days, like heel Flair. Always basically the same, but always showing up as in a suit, always talking down to everyone, being super condescending. Like,
so who he is now, but just an asshole.
Yeah. Again, Homelander Cody. He was Homelander. There we go.
Gotcha.
But
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah. I mean, if he does turn heel, here's my question. Do we have him stay on his own, or does he join Seth Rollins' new faction?
No, I would still have him stay on his own.
Yeah.
He's too big He's too big of a name to be under somebody.
Yeah.
Not even that. It's just like Seth wouldn't want him there.
Yeah. Seth would think he can carry himself.
Yeah.
I could see if the whole Seth Rollins faction didn't have Paul Heyman, maybe make him a Paul Heyman guy just for shits and giggles, you know.
Oh, he's on that note. They have come up with a name. I don't know if they've announced it already. It might have been old when I was looking through it, but Paul Heyman is now going by the Oracle.
Like from Batman?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it would make sense. Rollins is like a crackhead Joker.
That's a good analogy. Yeah, and Braun Breaker is a crackhead Bane.
I mean, no, yeah, I could see Cody turning heel and like maybe doing, keep Seth on Raw, have Cody be on SmackDown, and like him turning heel, that opens him up to, all new rivalries because people he wouldn't have fought with in the past because they were babyfaces.
Punk is the top of the list. Really?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Punk's on Raw.
Right. I mean, like,
I would say keep Cody.
It depends on.
I would keep Cody on SmackDown because you don't want your two biggest names as heels on the same brand.
That's true.
Because if you're gonna have Seth on Raw, because he'll never work on SmackDown unless it's like an every now and then kind of thing.
I mean, we would definitely get a part 2 on Cody versus Jey Uso.
Yeah, probably.
Roman's on SmackDown, right?
Roman is on SmackDown, but he's currently away at the moment, I believe.
Because you could do a Roman Cody part 2, but with the roles reversed.
Yeah, I guess.
Who the hell is the face there?
Roman.
Yeah, there's Roman.
Is that it?
If you have Roman come back as a babyface.
Yeah.
But who else? Are they really slacking on face characters?
Not even that, because then you could have you can have the whole thing because you can have Punk versus Cena at Night of Champions. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
And you have the looming threat of Seth Rollins with the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
I still think that when Cena loses that title, he will turn back to being a face. Mm-hmm. That's sooner rather than later because, again, I don't see Cena as the kind of guy that wants to retire a heel.
I can see that too.
I could see him wanting to have that redemption arc and then go out as a babyface
and ride off into the sunset.
Exactly. So, he's gonna have to lose that title, and then if Cody turns heel, you can have Cody versus Cena.
Yeah.
As with Cody as the heel.
Part of the thing I think they're gonna do is maybe have Rollins cash in on Cena just to solidify how much of a big deal he and his new.
Yeah, that's my point.
Oh, right.
That's what I said.
I know.
Is that Rollins would cash in.
Yeah.
Maybe not at Night of Champions. I think if Rollins is going to cash in, he's going to do it at SummerSlam. Because Cena's going to have a match at SummerSlam. He has to.
Yeah.
It's SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be before the year.
It's SummerSlam. It's his last SummerSlam.
Yeah, Survivor Series, and then
that's
after SummerSlam.
Yeah, basically, that's the last big. Well, no, he'll probably do the Rumble still.
You think so?
He'll probably have a match at the Rumble. He said he's done in December, I think.
And the Rumble is in January.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. He won't have a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Survivor Series is the last big pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, Elimination Chamber's in February.
Yeah.
February or March. Either way.
It depends. It zigzags.
Yeah. So it we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's still 6 more months of pay-per-views left that Cena can do, and he's got 18 dates left. I think he said,
and counting,
something like that. Yeah. So obviously those dates include random episodes of SmackDown, maybe another Saturday Night Main Event kind of thing. Yeah. But
he's not going to. I don't think he's going to show up at the next one. They're saving that for Goldberg and Gunther.
Anyway, either way, it should be interesting. I'm curious to see what kind of heel they make Cody into.
Yeah.
What's going to be their reason is what I'm curious about. What gets him to turn.
He never liked us to begin with.
I was thinking he just goes crazy, and because he beats Cena after winning the King of the Ring, and he versus Cena, he beats Cena, and then Rollins just cashes in and beats him, and he's like, I can't take it with all these factions, and he just flips out. Mm-hmm. Now he has to deal with another faction, and it's worse because at least Roman knew he had a dangerous faction. He was using them to advantage. Rollins thinks he's nothing like Roman, which he's exactly like Roman.
That's his downfall.
Here's my thing: I could see them doing more of an anti-hero thing, as opposed to a full-on heel turn. Yeah. He's still a babyface, right? But he's gonna do some scummy things.
Mm.
He's gonna be more violent. He's gonna be bugging out on people. Yeah. So maybe not a full-on heel turn, but more he's not gonna go after just faces. He's gonna go after anybody and everybody just because he can. That. In my opinion, that's how you have to book him for that, because it's especially in that scenario. Let's say he beats Cena and he wins the title back, and then Seth cashes in on him immediately. They do what they did to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
You kind of have a very similar reaction where he just bugs out, and it's he goes off on anybody and everybody that gets near him. He goes all this time he's going after Seth, but he has to get through Sami Zayn. He has to get through Jey Uso because they're all trying to talk sense into him.
I get that. I'm.
I would pay good money for a fucking match between him and Damian Priest.
Oh, is Damian Priest on SmackDown? He is, right?
I think so.
There's a face on SmackDown, Damian Priest.
But that's what I'm saying. Like some matches like that, so it would be good.
Yeah,
it would be a very interesting concept to see.
Either or, I'm good. Like I said earlier, if it's anything like his Ring of Honor run in 2017, 2018, sign me the fuck up. Hopefully he comes to the ring dressed like Big Boss from Metal Gear Solid again. Yeah. Speaking of, we done with this? We can move on?
Yeah.
So, speaking of Mr. John Cena, the man who can't be seen, he did his own version of a legendary promo on the past episode of SmackDown to build towards his feud with Punk. The dark pipe bomb, if you will. Thoughts, gentlemen?
I'm not gonna lie to you here.
No.
I still haven't watched that episode.
You
know, I'm a fake fan.
You're a guy with a life. It's fine.
But no, I'm a guy without cable. There's a difference. No, honestly, from what I've seen and what I've heard of it, it was. What did someone say? I forgot who it was. Was someone I saw on TikTok? Because I want to give them the credit, and I can't remember their username. But they made a comment basically saying Cena doing that pipe bomb basically just proved how far ahead he is compared to everybody else in the roster.
Yeah.
That's not like CM Punk or a legend.
Yeah.
From like the Ruthless Aggression era, because the way he cuts promos is insane, untouchable.
Yeah.
None of the people, not even Cody, can fucking touch him with promos.
Cena is the better promo guy. He's always been.
Who's Cena? Well, there is one person who can.
Besides Punk.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I'm saying Punk doesn't count. I'm talking about like any like the new guys, like the younger.
Yeah, the only person who can.
The younger group. I would have said the Miz can out Mike Talk Cena.
No, but the Miz.
But he's not young.
One that's been around since the Ruthless.
Yeah, he's not young. So
guys that post PG era guys.
Yeah.
They have nothing on him. They can't touch him.
No.
He cuts the best promos. He really does.
Mm-hmm. That's what makes his feuds with Punk so compelling.
Yeah. At least
believable.
Mm-hmm.
At least now we see John Cena joking around about just being boring and taking for everybody, but it's kind of like I don't know.
That's his whole gimmick right now. I'm the legend that's taking up your time.
Yeah.
And I did like that he called out
Claudio Castagnoli,
Nick Nemeth, and there's one other one I can't think of who.
Matt Cardona, I think.
Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Zack Ryder, remember that time I kayfabe you?
When Matt Cardona responded, and he's like, "Hi, John Cena." Or somebody, I think he said "Hi, John Cena," but yeah,
he did.
Because the fact that he just name dropped someone from AEW and two people. Well, the two other people are what, TNA.
Matt Cardona is in TNA. I don't.
Yeah, and so is Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, so 2 TNA guys and 1 AEW guy.
2 TNA guys and an A. I was more like the TNA name drops are like, okay, whatever. Yeah, we already have a deal with them. Like that's cool, but and then he said Claudio Castagnoli. I was like, oh. Yeah. Like he dropped an AEW name.
Oh, we're deep in it.
Well, they need the help.
Yeah, right. But that's also like that kind of kicks me back to like when Sami Zayn did like his electric chair promo where he was like,
"You could ask
me anything. You could even ask me about AEW," and like everyone's like,
"He said the word."
And I was like, "Yeah, it's a buzzword now."
Yeah. Except he didn't even say AEW. He just said a guy from AEW.
No, he said you could just ask me about AEW.
No, I was talking about Cena.
Oh, Cena, yeah.
And the one thing,
it's the fact that he name dropped him. Like he didn't say Cesaro. He said
Claudio Castagnoli. He didn't say Zack Ryder. He said Matt Cardona.
Exactly.
Another part of it was basically like a mirror of the pipe bomb promo from all those years ago. Cena said, "Oh, you act like you're some type of working class savior, but you're a millionaire like me." Da 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 da.
Yeah. Same old bullshit.
Yeah. You and I are not
way,
so different, Spider-Man.
But that's like the whole thing. It's like I thought it was a really cool idea to have Cena, because if you're gonna have anyone cut a pipe bomb that's not CM Punk, the only acceptable answer is John Cena.
A lot of people who weren't feeling the Cena's heel run now, that promo is convincing them. A lot of people are going like, okay, maybe there's something to this now.
Because he had like no heat. He was like lukewarm going into a heel turn. He had no heat to get people going, get people like to be like, oh my god, he's such an asshole. It's like, no, he just kicked Cody in the dick.
Yeah. A majority of the faces in that locker room, I guarantee you at one point have
probably want to.
No, I'm saying they probably already have.
Yeah, except they didn't get paid for it. Anyway,
that sounds like a them problem.
Either way, like I think that definitely helped his heel persona. Like you said, I think it was a great way to go.
Yeah.
What else we got? Is that about it?
We get
into
champions? I got two more.
Lay them on us, Scott.
So, as I believe he is a world heavyweight champion in the boxing category of sports.
Yes, we do talk about this.
Canelo Alvarez is in rumors of being in talks with WWE to make an appearance and do work in WWE. This is the first time since I would like to say Floyd Mayweather. Since a boxer has walked in.
There was Tyson Fury like from a while ago when he faced off against Braun Strowman.
Yeah, sure, since Tyson Fury, but this name's kind of better than the last one. So and especially since it came out of nowhere, I didn't expect him to be a fan of WWE.
Oh, a lot of those guys are. I'd be down. I don't think he's going to be like a full. He's not going to pull a Ronda Rousey, which, considering how that went, it's probably for the best. But I can definitely see him like showing up for like a Big Four show.
I would see him as a face.
Yeah, he would be.
He doesn't seem like a heel.
Yeah, I could see him possibly like popping up at like SummerSlam or something.
Yeah. Well, like, the thing about getting, like, a real-world celebrity is more of a WrestleMania thing, if I had to hedge my bets on anything like that.
Yeah, but it's a little early to be talking about WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's still
10 months away.
Yeah, so probably... It depends on when they want to bring him in. And if he has a...
That is also true. Because, like I said, I could see them maybe popping him in around SummerSlam just for him to show up in the crowd, Nothing crazy. Maybe he gets involved in the match or something.
I would be down for that.
Like I could see it. Like maybe he fucking jumps in the ring and Dom gets in his face and he like punches Dom in the fucking tits or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he punches Dom's nuts into the back of his asshole or something. I don't know. Yeah.
But either way, I think that could be. It's interesting. It's always interesting when they bring like real fighters into the world of WWE.
Yeah.
And also for the other topic, this one is actually shocking because it's about AEW, and for about a year, AEW has been creating and planning on coming out with a women's tag team title, and they say it is weeks. I think I would say they said weeks, or they're in the process of it coming out soon.
All right.
So here's my thing with that.
Yes.
Ironically enough, I don't think it's a bad idea for AEW. One, AEW loves tag team wrestling. I feel like they do more tag team matches on an episode of Dynamite than like Raw and SmackDown combined.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. Like I like tag team wrestling.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of tag teams. They have a lot of women in their women's division, so they could probably slap together a couple of tag teams that, and I'm sure they already have a couple as it is.
Yeah, he's Tony Khan has stated that there's multiple women that could benefit from these tag titles.
Yeah, because it'll get more women on the air and stuff, and like you
can elevate them more.
Some teams, yeah. So I think that could be a good thing for AEW, because like I said, their women's locker room is like between the people they've signed plus the people they have access to in like New Japan.
Yeah.
Their women's locker room is like twice the size of WWE's.
Yeah.
They might not have the same star power as WWE, but they have a lot of talent that they could pick from, and that they could elevate.
Right.
They can work with a lot more because they have a lot more.
Yeah. Oh,
exactly. I feel like that could be very promising for AEW.
This is a step in the right direction.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You're about to say,
especially now. I was gonna say because they have so many fucking titles already, but they don't have the AAA titles anymore. So they lost like 5 of them now.
Well, AAA isn't affiliated with them anymore. AAA is affiliated.
That's what I'm saying. They lost like 5 titles because AAA is now with WWE.
They're working with CMLL now, the other big promotion in Mexico, but I don't know if any of their championships have shown up on AEW television yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
Okay, that being said, like we are going to shift into Night of Champions. Now, before we get started, I did want to mention one thing. I want to talk about something. It's more of just a general statement. It's news. But this statement has nothing to do with the political views or anything to do with the push in any way. We do not affiliate ourselves with either side of anything. We are playing neutral here. Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez have officially provided further information on the status of Night of Champions. As we know, Night of Champions has been under a lot of question lately because of its location. It is in Saudi Arabia, which is smack in the middle of the conflict between Iran and Israel. Like I said, we are not talking about that. That is its own thing. We have nothing,
we have no horse in that race.
Simply reporting news. President Donald Trump announced a ceasefire between Israel and Iran. The two countries have been at war for the past 12 days with missile strikes and air raids. Several Middle Eastern countries have dealt with airline hesitancy because of it, with Saudi Arabia completely closing its airspace for the past couple of days. They put all their airports on emergency alert, making ventures in and out of the country very challenging. That being said, with the ceasefire coming into effect today, Brian Alvarez explained that WWE will move forward with plans to host Night of Champions on Saturday, and the talent is being scheduled to move to travel into Saudi Arabia over the next 2 days.
What?
Everybody's getting what? What's up?
No, continue. I'll ask questions after.
Says everybody's getting ready to leave moments ago, as in within the last couple of minutes. Both Iran and Israel agreed to a ceasefire, and so it's official. Truce following 12 days of fighting, and everyone's going to be leaving Tuesday and Wednesday to head out to the show, Alvarez said on the Wrestling Observer radio show. On Monday Night Raw last night, there was no mention, or 2 nights ago now, right? Today's Wednesday?
Yeah. Yes.
2 nights ago.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, I'm reading from the article. Yeah.
All right, that answered my question.
There was no talks on Monday Night Raw regarding Night of Champions taking place in Saudi Arabia. Meltzer believes that it was intentional to avoid further questions about the controversial nature of the situation. They weren't allowed to. I don't think they wanted those questions being asked as far as everything. It's potentially dangerous. Some people say it's really that dangerous in Saudi Arabia. Flying was dangerous today, and there was a ceasefire, but that came later in the day. There's always questions about going in there in the first place, said Meltzer. That's all I have on this article. Like I said, we aren't here to talk about the politics of everything.
No.
As of right now, WWE hasn't said anything about changing it because obviously this article was from yesterday. It's a tough situation with everything going on.
Yes.
Hopefully everything goes smoothly, and all the talent and everything from WWE, wrestlers and producers and everyone in between gets there and back safely.
Safe and sound.
Yeah. With that being said, let's move into the match card.
Before this is a small thing I want to mention up. I kept calling this pay-per-view King of the Ring, but I was like, wait, no, it's Night of Champions. Why are they finishing up the King of the Ring tournament?
It's not Night of Champions is finishing the match, the finals of King of the Ring.
It's still just so crazy to me.
Yeah. So that being said, because
it does make sense though.
I don't think King of the Ring needs a whole pay-per-view.
They did it last year or the year before, where they had King of the Ring be its own show and they finished it at Saudi. But aside from that,
yeah, and it's whatever. I like Night of Champions just having the King of the Ring finals. It makes more sense to me.
That's true.
But anyway, so let's get into this match card. So it's time for our prediction game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Last pay-per-view, me and Cap tied. Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So Scott, the official keeper of the scores.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Oh shit! He's got the Tome of Excellency.
All right. Let's start with. So this is the match card direct from WWE's website. Obviously, moving into Friday night SmackDown later in the week, this we could have the potential of a match being added or taken away. In that scenario, hopefully we'll have time to make a TikTok.
We will make a TikTok Saturday morning.
Unlike Money in the Bank, where they decided to add a match the same day.
And we were none the wiser.
Hours before, and we had no idea because we couldn't watch AAA. So that being said, the first match we have on the card is Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross has been on Sami Zayn's ass for a month.
I think it's been longer than that, dude.
Just basically at least a month, but basically bullying.
Just mad dogging him
about not winning a championship. And then he was making fun of him again after Sami Zayn lost to Randy Orton. This will be their first time crossing paths here. Ironically enough, with Karrion Kross harassing him for the past several months, they have yet to get into anything, any physical confrontation. So, what do we think? Is this, first off, do we think this is going to be a drawn out feud, or is this a one and done?
I can see them drawing it out for a little bit longer, but depending on who wins, I do see maybe getting one more match in, and then after that it's done. If you want my prediction right now, I'm giving it to Karrion Kross. I'm a big Karrion Kross stan, and I want to see him do something else other than the Judgment Day from Wish that was the Final Testament. Dude's an absolute beast in the ring and a dynamo of talent and wrestling acumen. And even though I make fun of the gimmick, I do think it's a good character idea. And plus, if WWE book him smartly, they could make him a supernatural character like he was back in NXT or on the Indies. Dom, we know how you're a big fan of those type of gimmicks. I think he really needs to go over Sami. Because, you don't have him mad dog this guy for the past several months and then lose and then tumble back into obscurity. I love Sam to death, but, he can come back from losing this. Karrion can't. So I think he should pick up the win.
Yeah. I agree. I think Karrion Kross will take the win here because, he's been like I said, he's been harassing Sami Zayn for the past like several months, and like just hey, he's just been a menace backstage for the past like several months. Like every time they cut to him in the back, he's like,
"Hey Sam, you
harassing somebody, yeah, like Sammy or anybody else. But I agree 100% with you, Francis. I think this is his match to win. Like he needs this match. He needs to win this match. If he wants any kind of credibility to be the heel that they're like kind of projecting him to be, he needs to win.
Yeah.
So
yeah, my pick is on Karrion.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with you guys on here. I also think Karrion Kross is gonna win this match, unlike our captain, who picked Sami Zayn to win this one.
I was about to ask.
Karrion Kross's character is I really like it. It has a lot of I don't know. I'm not gonna say a lot of potential because he's currently in the correct spot for what his character is, and that's the little demon on your shoulder, the doubtful conscience that is always behind you, putting you down, trying to say you never done this, never done that, never succeeded, a bunch of stuff. Because he's done it with AJ Styles in the past. He actually worn a little devil costume while he's done it with him. Even if maybe it was just a red suit, but still, he was acting like the little devil. He has to win this match, obviously, for the statements that you guys said, but also for the statement that he made during a podcast and on social media of never being able to have a match, never being able to prove himself. And hopefully they make the right decision on whether Karrion Kross should win or not, because for some reason they just won't push him. And you kind of need somebody like him in there. I would love to see him versus Drew McIntyre or somebody like that.
Yeah. I would just love to see him win more. He was a beast in NXT.
I would like to see him wrestle more.
That too.
Yeah.
But that being said, we're going to move on to our next match. As Scott said, El Capitan here picked Sami Zayn to win for reasons unknown. The next match we have is Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight. The two, honestly, they've been at odds ever since Raquel came back because Rhea's been feuding with Liv Morgan, who is currently out on injury because she injured her shoulder. That being said, they met in the Queen of the Ring tournament, which they both wound up being eliminated from, which also sparked another confrontation that Roxanne Perez also got involved in because she is part of the Judgment Day. Whether official or unofficial, she's basically part of the Judgment Day at this point. That being said, Ripley challenged Rodriguez to a street fight, so this should be an interesting confrontation. What are the? Obviously,
who just joined?
Got thrown in this.
What's her name? Roxanne Perez.
It should be interesting because I feel like a wrench got thrown in with the Liv Morgan injury. So Judgment Day is down like 3 people on this pay-per-view at this point because Liv's out injured, Dom's out injured, and they just fired Carlito. So there's only 3 members right now outside of Raquel, who's in the match.
Yeah.
You have Finn, JD McDonough, and Roxanne Perez at this point, who's like the unofficial official member of the Judgment Day.
And I'm not really sure
like the storyline between Roxanne and Liv obviously is going to get put on the shelf and changed. Because I feel like that was going to lead to something happening with Dom, and then Liv and Roxanne Perez would have
I think we're in the process of the split, and it just stopped because
God, I hope so.
The two most important people for this feud
are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dom's only going to be out for like a week or 2. Yeah. Like he's just got bruised ribs, so it's not like Liv has to get surgery on her shoulder, so she's going to be out for a hot minute.
Yeah. So many injuries.
So
and
really,
you can probably do it without Liv, and Liv can come in later.
Yeah, no, 100%. But it's going to be the same thing that happened with Rhea. Rhea got hurt, Liv came in, Dom left Rhea for Liv, and then Rhea comes back and kicks both their asses. So it's I feel like if they do it that way, it's gonna just be very deja vu with that, and it's gonna be like one trick pony. So they really need to figure out how they're gonna do it, without it being the same exact story all over again.
Right.
That being said, I feel like Rhea's probably coming out on top on this one.
It's tricky to pick it out because on one hand, they have been building up Roxanne Perez for a while, but at the same time, the Judgment Day was her crutch, and with a majority of them gone, it's kind of hard to keep that momentum going.
Well, Roxanne Perez isn't in the match.
Right. But you know what I meant.
It's just Rhea and Raquel. But my whole point of bringing up Roxanne Perez in this match, in this rant, was because it's like, do we think that she's going to come out and help Raquel? Is Raquel on her own here? Because I feel like, obviously, Liv was going to be at ringside for this match. Or she was supposed to. Because Raquel and Liv have been pushing Roxanne away, so it's like, is she going to help, or is she just going to let Raquel deal with this on her own?
Yeah.
Or do JD and Finn get involved? Because they,
It'll just be Roxanne getting involved.
I think so.
You guys are adding that?
I'm not sure yet. Come back to me, Scott. What do you think?
So I have on this, and I think when Francis finally makes up his mind, it's going to be, we always have that one match, and this is going to be that match where Rhea's obviously going to win this. It's the downfall of the Judgment Day, I believe. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I think Rhea is going to win this easily, and because they can continue a little bit of this storyline, is that my extra point goes to Roxanne appears in this matchup. Mm-hmm. And hurts her chances. And, she doesn't necessarily have to do anything. That's why I said just appears.
Yeah.
Because she's not going to do anything. She's just going to...
Yeah, she just shows up, and her presence distracts Raquel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go with Rhea, but I'm not gonna add any extra points. I'm gonna say Rhea wins here.
Yeah, Rhea's super over. Going with her is a safe bet. Put me down for Rhea too. All right, so that's two matches down.
And, yep, as I said, a resounding Rhea, which is the same thing for Cap.
Okay, great. Okay, so here we go. We have this match is going to be very interesting. The next match we have on the roster, we have the United States Championship match between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa.
This is another tough pick.
It's a tough pick, but I can't, because Solo is obviously going to have JC Mateo with him at ringside.
Yeah.
So it's like where excuse me. Whew. Obviously, this has been long overdue. No. They've been imploding the feud between Jacob Fatu and Solo. What was it? I don't think it was last week, but maybe the week before, we finally got the "I Hate You" Solo.
That was at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, which was long, very
long overdue.
That being said, I don't think it's time to pull the belt off of Jacob yet.
No, Same. Not at all.
So I'm going to give it to Jacob.
I'll give it to Jacob too, mainly because I just want the bloodline story to end, please.
It won't.
Say it with me, Scott. Never-ending
story. And we get another.
Was Cap's pick.
We get another resounding answer, and everybody's picking Jacob too. It's I don't know why Francis said it's going to be a difficult decision. It really isn't. It's his first. It's really its first title defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my issue. Like with the Saudi shows, a lot of them are very predictable.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be so pissed if he loses that this quickly.
Except for like these next two before the main event are really tough for me because it could go either way, honestly. All right. So the next match we have the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. We have Jade Cargill versus Asuka. So now here's my problem. Again, this one to me could go either way because Jade is due for a singles title reign in WWE. Asuka is returning, and if she wins, she can go after Io Sky, and we could finally have Asuka versus Io. Which they even cut a promo on Raw this week. Asuka was talking about how she was going to win Queen of the Ring, and then Io came in and she's like, "Oh, when you win, we can finally have, we could have the match between us that we've talked about ever since Damage Control and blah 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 blah." So I'm like, my brain says it could it really is 50-50. It can go either way. But what I want is Asuka, so I'm gonna say Asuka.
Okay. I feel like fucking
Francis, all I need you to do is just take a breather.
Francis is torn. Yeah,
he's torn
between his two wives.
He's torn between two simps.
No, I'm the only simp.
He's the simp. He's torn between
two traps.
It's
not even a matter of simping because, like, on one hand, I feel like they've been building towards Jade for a while, but on the other hand, Asuka has a better story going on. Fuck it, I'm flipping a coin. Heads Asuka, tail Jade. Jaderade, put me down for Jade.
You're an idiot.
I mean, listen, when you're fully torn and you don't know what to pick, it doesn't hurt to flip a coin.
Unbiased.
No, because I'm very upset. I'm very upset with that because now if he gets this right, it's because I actually thought into it and I picked Jade.
Yep.
And if he wins just by flipping a coin, I'm gonna be a little tight.
But that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is like this match and the King of the Ring finals can go either way. Literally, either one of these people could win.
Yeah,
I would not be upset.
So, yeah, you are the only one, Dom, that is going after Asuka because Cap picks Jade Cargill to win.
Jade. I'm picking it for very selfish reasons because I want Asuka versus Io Sky. That match is going to cook.
Oh, that's probably going to be the match of the year if that happens. But I can't front on you with that answer because you almost made me change my pick. You started mentioning it, I was like, wow, he has a really good point on Asuka winning this. But every time I go back on my word, I always get it wrong, so I can't do it.
Yeah, trust your gut. The next match is the King of the Ring finals. We have Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton.
Cody.
This is another one. It's like,
wow, Francis chose that really good. Cody Rhodes, Francis.
Yeah, I know.
Cody.
I mean, because whoever it is, they're gonna challenge Cena. Yeah. Whoever wins is the only thing that makes sense. But it's like, because if everything goes the way I think it will, it doesn't matter who wins because it'll be whoever wins is gonna get cashed in on anyway. When it comes down to, unless if Seth cashes in at Night of Champions and beats Cena.
Wait, aren't we missing a match?
Yeah, the main event.
No,
we have one more match.
When is Gunther fighting?
Saturday night's main event.
Saturday night.
He's not showing up.
Oh, all right. I was confused. All right, because I know Saudi Arabia always likes to.
For Gunther and Goldberg. Yeah, I know. I'm shocked Goldberg isn't fighting in a Saudi match. Like that's usually where he comes.
All right, but yeah.
But it really all depends because, like, for all I know, they could have Seth cash in on Cena on this weekend, and then I would say Cody would win the King of the Ring match because then he would go on to challenge Seth Rollins, and we kind of come full circle from when Cody first came in.
Exactly.
But that's all. Like again, that's very contingent on Seth cashing in. So it's interesting. I don't know where they're going to go with this. I'm going to say Cody.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You know what? No, I'm going to say Randy Orton.
Really? Okay.
I'm going to stick to my guns here because I think Seth is cashing in at SummerSlam. Have Randy Orton beat John Cena, so he gets number 15.
Right.
And then immediately loses because Seth cashes in on him.
I go with Cody because we were talking about his heel turn earlier, and a rematch against Cena where he embraces his dark side to win could be a good catalyst for that.
That is true, but I'm going to go Randy Orton.
So, yes, as Cap went Cody Rhodes, I also went Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And
so we're 3 Codys and 1 Randy.
Dom's the only one with Randy, and it was kind of, I went with Cody because I feel like they always rebranding a match with Cody Rhodes and showing that he can overcome the odds, and I don't think they're done doing that. But I also would really love to see, this is really hard, I'm going to stick with Cody, but Randy Orton to win the King of the Ring and to go after Gunther could really help his title reign get bumped up a little more.
All right. I forgot he could go after Gunther.
That is true. I mean, it just says the winning King or Queen of the Ring gets you a world title match. It doesn't say which one.
I'm still sticking with Cody, though.
Yeah. Okay. And you say Cap put Cody down?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
All right. Last match on the card is the undisputed WWE Championship match between John Cena and CM Punk.
Cena.
Yeah, I'm going to say Cena, but again, I think, I don't know. I'm going to say Cena, but I'm also going to say, I'm going to put in for an extra point, I'm going to say Seth is going to attempt to cash in.
Or hint at it.
But no. Seth Rollins is going to show up with the briefcase, but he's not going to actually cash in. Whether he attempts to or not, the contract will not be cashed.
You think he's just going to show up in Mad Dog Punk and Cena?
Probably. Either he does it intentionally or he goes to cash in and Punk fucking just kicks him in the teeth.
Now only Punk. Not only Punk. Only Rollins, right?
Well, no, Seth Rollins and
his group. All right, so
yeah. So either because for all I know, Paul Heyman might just walk out with the briefcase because he can.
Yeah. Yeah, he could.
So Seth Rollins and or his affiliates.
Yeah. As a resounding Cena, and almost a resounding extra point because not only did Dom say Rollins is going to interfere, Rollins and group is going to interfere, but Cap also said Rollins and group, and I also put Rollins and group to interfere into this match.
Yeah.
So very interesting to see how this goes.
Francis.
Yeah, you know what? Put me down for Rollins and his crew showing up. I'll take that bonus point.
If you get it.
If we get it, yeah.
Watch, we're all going to be wrong. CM Punk's going to win.
That'll be embarrassing.
I would love that, but I would be so fucking confused.
That being said, that is everything we had for today.
3 MB episodes do tend to be shorter.
Yeah.
I do have a little surprise for this episode because just in case nobody has seen this, and I know Cap will get pissed off and I'm going to ask him to watch the ending of this. But and Francis is going to love it. I did this entire stream with no pants.
You madman!
Yeah, it's too damn hot.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
can't wait.
God.
So let's do this outro.
We'll get fucking banned from Twitch.
so
The
let's do this. Goodbye.
the only thing that could have made that reveal better is if you showed that the notebook you were writing in was like a death note or something.
That would be great to get.
Anyway, but that being said, on behalf of Cap, who could not be here tonight, I'm Dom.
Dash.
And I'm Francis.
Keep it pushing, y'all.
Ring that bell, Dom.